Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful first day here in Antarctica. Be sure to dress up warmly and enjoy.
The captain's announcement is the one everyone has been waiting for. The 430 tourists aboard, mostly from the UK, Germany and the United States, have just seen their first iceberg and caught a glimpse of Antarctica's contours. Already, it's like being on another planet.
You feel a little bit like an explorer, even though it's far easier to travel here on a nice boat. But deep down, it's a dream to do a trip like this.
It's unbelievable, just really unbelievable. I'm so happy to be here. It makes you feel tiny.
A land of extremes, Antarctica now has many more cruise ships in its waters thanks to the 15 or so operators sharing the market. This ship, owned by a large Norwegian company, is making its first trip this season to Antarctica's peninsula, the most accessible part of the continent.
It's a hybrid-powered expedition ship, which is the first of its kind. It is a comfortable bubble in a very, very inhospitable environment.
A very comfortable but also luxurious bubble. For €7,000, passengers have access to saunas, jacuzzis and restaurants during an 18-day trip, which starts in Chile. Prices increase to $25,000 if you opt for cabins with gas-powered chimneys, champagne and private terraces. Before each stop on Antarctica, a dedicated team prepares the terrain. Comfort is a priority, but here the passengers are explorers, not clients.
We have made a zigzag set route up so it's easier to walk. You don't walk straight ahead. You can see we are preparing the adventure.
Before going ashore, passengers must clean their boots and vacuum their clothes. Taking food and getting too close to the animals is also forbidden. These rules aim to limit man's impact on the region's already fragile ecosystem.
We understand even more when we come here, when we see the reality, when we feel it, how important it is that it stays that way. I think few people should come ashore here. It should stay that way. Protected, uninhabited, reserved for animals.
This is tourism, but on these cruise ships it comes with an ecological twist. Onboard entertainment has made way for libraries, microscopes and lectures. Some expeditions on the sea are led by a scientific team who are paid by the companies. Today it's all about collecting phytoplankton samples.
You have passengers coming down, which provides a great opportunity for them to be involved in actual science that's going on in a region of the world where we don't have a lot of data.
We are also increasing the awareness of our guests on the problematic of climate change, for example, and on all the many changes that are taking place.
With 14 million square kilometres of ice, Antarctica holds 90% of the world's freshwater reserves, but remains prey to global warming. Despite intentions being perceived as good, cruise ship companies and their clients have created a paradox. On average, each tourist produces 5 tons of CO2 emissions on their way to the South Pole.
I'm a tourist who still feels a certain degree of guilt when I remember I flew here and I'm travelling on a boat. Even though it consumes less than others and there are no more plastic bottles, we leave a footprint that you can't really ignore.
We do it because we want to see it, and we do it as responsibly as we can. But it's not going to stop us.
For the 2019-2020 season, 78,000 passengers are expected to come to Antarctica, a massive increase of 40% on the previous season.